that is what has been happening in women's football. But in the country, it has been quiet. And they will be having a selection camp for the COSAFA Cup that will probably be taking place somewhere before the end of the year.
Interesting. Right after 7 o'clock. And in terms of the performance, what do you think is stimulating the performance, women in this country, and how best can we make sure that this fire doesn't burn down?
So from the topic that you guys were talking about, Dr. Nthangeni, I think what captured me was the administration and technical excellence part of sport, of how those two can make a team or a sporting coach actually grow. And so I feel like those two, they play a very big role. And in terms of women's football in the country, we lack that a lot. So there's no administrative staff that is actually fully focused, and they know their stories, and they really actually know how to push and support the growth, development, and also the sustainability of women's football in the country. And technically, also, we South Africa have a bunch of coaches, like male and females, who have put their lives and in pause and their focus in women's football to make sure that, like in the development grassroots and from the rural area to your normal classes and even the suburbs, the coaches that have put their time. And I think we are just not capitalizing on each other's strengths in connection to better women's football. I think that's what's lacking. Why? They really clearly are doing well. The fact that they are signing abroad, and now just recently who at age 35 is signing with a team as well in Spain. So this also goes to tell that even the experience that we have in the country, I mean, it's massive, it's big, and we are doing very well. Just like the support, and people don't know about us. So yeah.
Just short and sharp, before I obviously let you go, Mary. Women are doing very well in the country in terms of the sporting codes, and especially for football. I think I cannot stress this enough, Mary, and that's why I want you to hear it from you. What would it take exactly to see women also receiving the necessary support? Like, what are some of the things that you still feel should be, looked into if that is to be solved?
I think from my side, this is a football fraternity crisis, and also the nation, if they actually see how important it would, I don't know, if everyone now focuses on women's football, not even nation in SAFA, because even to start with SAFA, when it comes to equality, we are failing. So it's been a struggle, and it's still a struggle even today. So just to say that if SAFA is just a motherboard, and we have companies, we have teams, male teams, I mean, it's everything. It's what people have been talking about, that if, for example, chiefs could, for example, have a female team, this could also be part of growing the women's football in the country. I mean, you don't have to be big, just adopt the team, and then you take care of them. Since already there's equipment, facilities that are existing for those teams, it could actually help also the goal. But if not, I also believe that other countries have done it. They've had standalone associations that focus mainly on women's football, and the technical and administrative part of it is doing well, and that also helps the growth. So there's a whole lot of options. I mean, we can do copy and shadow of what other countries are already doing, that whatever that will work in contribution of women's football.
Before I let you go, just a brief one to the listener at home. What is your closing remarks for today's discussion?
I'd say, I don't know, in terms of women's football, the ladies are doing very well. And if we just together as a nation stand up together and acknowledge that we need to support the female football or just female sports in general as well, that will actually make a huge difference. The little that we can do to help in the development, the grassroots level, around your location, it will make a huge difference, and even provincially going up. So I think we need each other as a country to make those happen and make women people be fine. Because I feel like we failed in terms of trying to study from the top bottom. So if you study from the bottom up, I think that can actually help.
Interesting. I see Coach Lebogang Radebe from the TUT football team is already joining us. You can just greet him on your way out. Coach Lebogang, le kae papa?
Good evening, leadership, and good evening to your listeners.
All right. We were just saying bye-bye to Mary here, who was speaking to us at this point in time. Mary, thank you so much for speaking to us, and have a lovely evening, Wanis.
Thank you. You two guys have a lovely evening.
Awesomeness. Tshwane, we're now joined by Mr. Lebogang Radebe, and that is an assistant coach at TUT Football, and Mr. Stuart Mhlongo, who's a goalkeeper coach as well. The two gentlemen are joining us as well as we analyze various aspects of sports and football, to be specific. Gentlemen, good evening, and thank you so much for joining us once more. Lebogang, thank you so much, my brother. Good evening to you.
Good evening to you and your listeners.
Can you
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly, sir. I can hear you perfectly. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have this lovely discussion with you, gentlemen.
On Tshwane FM 93.6. Tshwane FM 93.6. Your station.
By how hard he presses. That's how you can determine who you fight. By how hard they press. How hard you press tells me how hard you hit. You can be all big and muscle bound and still not have no force behind your punch. Force, kinetic energy in motion. You can't have energy sitting. Energy is measured by motion. That's why the devil wants you to sit. Sit down. Shut up. And feel sorry for yourself. You ought to blow the devil's mind this morning. Just when you think he got you down, you ought to shock it and press. You better not start crying on the steps. You better not give up on the steps. You better not collapse on the steps. They will find you on the steps. If you lay down, they'll run over top of you on the steps. I don't care whether it's sunshine or rain, pleasure or pain. When you get up in the morning, put your pants on and press.
Grab your ears around 93.6.
News that are making headlines, just training on Twitter. Augustine Mulenga has joined Justin Shonga at TTM as Takuma FC prepare to unveil their squad and technical team for the 2021 season. Of course, just also looking at, not a bad technical team as well with, Joel Masuta set to lead, that team, the physio, while Bosondo Stefan is the goalkeeper coach there. Justin Shonga is among the players that are there. I see, people like Brighton Mhlongo, it's among the goalkeepers there. Ruby Washington also just in that space. One of the other players that you might actually want to know about them, it's It's people like Mokete Radebe, one of the greatest players that have also, showed great performance in the PSL. I was actually looking at Mokete Radebe's shots when he was at Platinum Stars, when they were hammering Orlando Pirates there. Thabo Mnyaman is also one of the players as well that have appeared there. Miguel Team, who was at Maritzburg United, is also at that team, TTM. Quite a number of players that are there. But amazingly, Obama Nyisa has not, made it to that team, which is something that is, shocking, so to say. But yeah, Orlando Pirates as well. There's people like Hoto who have joined Orlando Pirates there. A very interesting setup in that space as well. The two coaches are joining us now. And okay, maybe let's just manage. Is the background from you?
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm saying, is the background from you? Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear. Can you?
Okay, you can both hear me. Okay, awesomeness. Let me start with Stuart. The DSTV Premiership is about to start. Gentlemen, what do you make of the new season here, DSTV Premiership? Before we get into the basics, SAB.
Obviously, we're looking forward to football. The new season, the MTN 8. I believe that many people can attest to this, that we've been sitting at home most of the time and not enjoying what we love the most, which is watching football or playing football. So obviously looking for a great season, a lot of movement in the transfer window. So we'll see who gets to win the MTN 8 and the Premiership as well.
And Coach Stuart, specifically for you, I know that favor are Sundowns. Apart from Sundowns, which team do you think is going to surprise us this year?
I wouldn't want to single out a team, but what I would say is that a team that would have one common goal that will work for one another, I think will be the team that will surprise us this season.
Interesting. Coach Lebogang.
I'm here, sir.
Let's jump into you. The DSTV Premiership, what do you make of it? And, what are some of the great things that you think might come out of this one?
I think this season is going to be a great season. New sponsors, so all the teams would want to win the first trophy sponsored by the DSTV. So it's going to be a great season. We are looking forward to for this season, and the teams have beefed up quite a lot, so it won't be easy.
Interesting. I want us to quickly go into the hot one. You guys are preparing for the SAB, knockouts, and I know that you guys are there with two teams. Just take us through, how have the preparations been? Let me start with Coach Stuart.
Okay. Obviously, with the COVID-19, we haven't been preparing the normal way we normally do, but by the grace of God, we have Mr. Mhlongo, the team that is led by Mhlongo, the coach. Obviously, we've been on social media making sure that the players are well looked out in terms of what to do, and all that. So I believe that even though we haven't met the challenge that behind the scenes, the seniors have been working hard and making sure that by the time they come back, they're in good condition.
Interesting. And on your side, how has the preparation been, and what sort of effect did you see from the players?
Currently, the situation is affected us a lot, and our preparation wasn't that bad because certain players have been training on their own. We gave them a schedule to do so. But football, you can train on your own, but the most important thing is the game time. So this COVID-19 affected us a lot. So it don't be an easy task for us to go play the playoffs while we're 100%, because most of our players were students as well. So it won't be easy.
And with this playoffs, just correct me. You guys are competing to go into the ABC League.
Definitely.
I'm saying with this playoffs, is this a competition to go to the ABC League, right?
Yeah, but starting with Tshwane region, having just we have a winner at Tshwane region, and then the winners will go and participate with the other Gauteng region, other regions as well.
Oh, okay, awesomeness. And obviously, I know that as you guys have alluded on the fact that it's not an easy one. You guys are working with student athletes and the likes. But let's speak about the strength and the capacity of TUT. Where do you think, what do you guys think that you've got special that is different from other football clubs that you're competing against? Let me start with you, Coach Stuart.
Yeah, obviously, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. There's a lot due to that I believe that we are where we are, and obviously having to grind the players to get to a point where they understand that it's about the team first, and then when the team starts doing well, obviously they will be recognized as well in the team. So obviously there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. One thing that I really need to check, most of the players that came out of TT, they are humble players, but they work very hard. They are positive, under pressure, they don't crack. So I believe that we've been fortunate enough with the support of the directorate, because I believe that as much as we're not in a professional level, but they tried to push the team in terms of the technical team, making sure that the people that are concentrating on specifics in the team, where the technical team find that we are about 6, 7, and obviously Coach Bushimolo giving the players and the students that are studying the team to be part of the technical team as well after they are playing games. I believe that that is also helps the team to do well, because the people that get to work in the team, most of them they're helping the institution in one way or the other, having the life of Dr. Kubai, helping the students with their research and all of it. So there's a lot that goes behind that.
Interesting. 51 after 7 o'clock. Mokete Radebe, let's speak about now psychologically. How have you guys been sort of, managing to, bring the players up to speed in terms of the expectation that is awaiting them with all these, playoffs that are coming through?
Can you please repeat the question? I can't hear you properly.
Okay, I'm saying in terms of the psychology of preparing the players for the the playoffs that are coming through. How has that been coming through?
The management team is supporting us very well. Technical team, starting from Coach Bushi, Coach Bushi Malloy, Prescott Mhlongo, Dr. Kubai, and not forgetting the team managers, Lerato and Tosha. So these people are doing extremely well, and they're making sure the players are informative on social media, giving players calls and preparing them with all they have. And that for us is an advantage when it comes to preparation going forward. So I don't think we'll struggle a lot when it comes to psychology. Remember, we have our biokineticists as well, that's Dr. Mhlongo. So he's preparing as well, and the players. And some of the players are so anxious to come back. They are ready. They met a lot. And football to them is like life. So they miss football too much. And for them to be on the pitch every day, calling us, sending us messages, when are we coming back, and so on. So it's been an ongoing process, but we keep on communicating with them, because we normally had Zoom sessions with them and just checking up on them. So psychologically, I think we are ready.
Interesting. Let me, before I let you guys go, ask you this interesting one. As coaches, sometimes we like jumping into things because we are not coaches. We don't understand what boils in there. And I'll start with Coach Stuart, because this is close to his heart as well. Coach Stuart, there's that issue here, Sundowns, that Coach T3. What's your interpretation of what's happening there, and what do you foresee happening? Please be as objective as possible. I know that Mutua Sundowns.
Obviously, it's new to football, where you have 3 coaches that in their own right they can coach any PSL team. Obviously, I believe that the most important thing is the understanding. I think all of them they have property, so obviously they can help each other. Where the other having to have the synergy where they respect and strive to achieve one goal. Obviously, when it comes to our accountability, that's what we're worried about. But if they stick to their main focus, their main goal, interestingly, most of us we criticize not knowing that Coach Orlando and Coach Mhlongo are the ones that recommended that the coach come and works with them because they're genuine and all that. So I believe that when they do well, it is because of the qualities that they have. When they start not doing well, obviously we'll start fishing in to check to say who is in charge and all that. But I believe that Sundowns is a big team led by President Mokete. I believe that obviously he has a vision. All of them are there to serve the Willow Nation. I believe that if they were to focus on one goal, which is to make the Mamelodi Sundowns team, they will do well. They have great coaching. They've done well for South African football. And it's great to see great coaching people working together to make sure that they achieve one common goal.
Interesting. Pradok, how do you go on this?
This is a new thing to every one of us in the football nation. Just remember one thing: football is a team sport.
Yeah.
So the bigger the group, the better. If there's understanding among the three coaches, it will work extremely well for them, and then we'll keep on winning titles like they used to. Remember, Mamelodi Sundowns was a big technical team, and they have surprised us with this one now currently. So we are looking forward to see how they work. But they are professionals. Remember what they want. I strongly believe they're going to do very well.
Interesting. 56 minutes after the hour, 7 o'clock. Gentlemen, wish you all the best in terms of the title ahead that is awaiting you, gentlemen. We wish you all the best and may you do well in that competition.
Thank you for having us. For us to serve the institution.
Just one more time. When exactly are the dates for the playoffs? Do you guys have the dates already?
Yeah, the dates that are set for now are the weekend of the 20th of November.
Sure. And you'll be playing on both teams will be playing on that specific day.
Yes, yeah, that weekend. There will be a draw on Monday, so maybe from Monday is not exactly what they're going to do.
So at this point in time, you don't know who you are playing against?
No.
Yeah, currently, we don't know.
So how about TUTA and
We were talking about it today where we just said no, because of social distancing, it has to be a walkover for
Hey, man. 57 minutes after 7. Gentlemen, good evening and thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you very much.
Awesomeness.
Around 93.6. Wrap your ears around Tshwane FM 93.6. Your station, your music.
57 minutes after 7 o'clock, Tshwane, this is where we leave it today. And it appears there's still more on sports. Sundowns Timbers one is the one leading the nominee list for the PSL awards. And apparently there is awards that are underway at this point in time. And Timbers one is leading. Now 20 nominees who are vying honors at the PSL awards have been announced. And it appears as though that there are 4 players competing for the PSL football. Now Mamelodi Sundowns Zwane and Gaston Serino are up against Allianz Park's Peter Shalulile and Samir Nokovic for the PSL Footballer of the Season award. And former Mamelodi Sundowns coach Pitso Musiman will be up against former Kaizer Chiefs manager Ernest Menedrump and Eric Tindler for the coach of the season going. Sundowns Zwane is also nominated for the Players Player of the Season award along with teammate Klompogikan and Lebogang Manyama of Kaizer Chiefs. Kaizer Chiefs and Roshin Deruk from Maisberg United are the Defender of the Season nominees. While Sundowns, Dennis Onyango, while Kaizer Chiefs, Daniel Akpey and Supersport United, Ronwen Williams will contest the Goalkeeper of the Season award. The nominees for the MTN 8 Last Man Standing are Supersport United trio, Ronwen Williams, Brett Siamedi, Maisberg United. Hey, Hilary Stamefolo, Julia Subato, Aisha Chiefs, Terence Vugamanja of Bidvet West and Mocheka Madisha of Sundowns and Victor Litswalo of Bloemfontein Celtic are up for the Nedbank Cup Player of the tournament. That's exactly how it is. 59 minutes after 7 o'clock. Miss K is in the house.
Hi, Mokete.
How are you, madam?
I'm super. Hashtag girls want to just have a good time.
Yeah.
It's that evening.
When I have a good time.
It's on a Thursday. It's ladies' night. Come on.
Okay, no, share by
Tonight so that you can understand. A lady is a lady is a lady.
Hi, about my mates, and that's what I expected.
What's her by the hips?
Moya waka dumela. This one is nomcebo zigote xola moya wami xola moya wami. It's a great evening to you.
Yes. How are you, my Yeah, man, I am alright. You know, every time I aim to be here, I would tend to leave. But for some reason, I'm glad that I'm not after 8.